And we're kind of live on Instagram Live and
We're
just
live.
recording it on this.
We're live. I'll call it live. We're live on Instagram, and this will be out later on YouTube and other podcast apps.
Yep. Podcast number 4 should have been up this afternoon on YouTube and SoundCloud.
Mhm.
So it should be in all your podcast apps like iTunes, Stitcher. I use Castbox and
Totally.
Podcast Addicts.
Cool, guys.
And this is podcast number 5 of the Stay Fly podcast.
Yes. Welcome to the Stay Fly podcast featuring Nick and
Tanner.
Tanner. So I'm Nick, that's Tanner, and this is now numero cinco.
Cinco. Let's
Cinco.
just keep to English, Nick.
Number 5. We're excited about that. Who knew we'd get to number 5? I hope to go more. Maybe 6 and or 7.
8's my favorite number, so maybe we can just end at that.
We could stop at ocho.
Oh, yeah.
Once
we're
we
gonna
get
stop
past
when
episode 10, we're done.
Yeah, we can't. Well, I know.
Once,
Once, doce,
trece.
trece, catorce.
You guys don't care about our Spanish skills. You want to talk about some disc golf, and so do we. So first of all, this wouldn't all be possible without our lovely sponsors. So this is the time for sponsor plugs. If you don't want to hear our sponsor plug, then you can skip ahead, I would say about 2 to 4 minutes, depending on how long I ramble about our lovely sponsors.
Nick rambles, so probably go to like 10 minutes.
So Tanner is holding up one of our great sponsors, Disc Life. DiscLife.co is a clothing apparel company that specializes in disc golf clothing.
Like casual disc golf clothing.
Casual disc golf clothing. So one of them is that trucker hat. Tanner has a sweet beanie. We're not wearing any Disc Life right now. We just wanted to plug right there. We've been wearing it in our past podcasts and some other videos. You might see that. But go check them out online, guys. DiscLife.co. I love all their unique and good,
And-
like you said, casual disc golf wear.
Hand-drawn casual disc golf wear. Stuff that you can like wear out to, I don't know, to the gym or if you're just going out to dinner or something, like a
Mhm.
really casual dinner.
Mhm.
You can wear it and people aren't going to like, it doesn't scream disc golf. It doesn't have like a huge basket like most like disc golf
No.
tournament shirts are.
Some of them play Disc Life. It depends on the shirt you get.
Yeah.
But that's the nice thing about them.
Yeah, my favorite one just has a panda on it. And who doesn't love panda shirts?
It's like climbing a tree. It doesn't say got it.
Just found it.
Oh, found it. Yeah, because your disc is in a tree.
So yeah, they're really sweet. Check out disclife.co. And we're going to have some news for you guys in the coming weeks
Mm-hmm.
on something we're working with them. So if you guys are supporters of utility disc golf, you should be excited.
Yeah, and you should be a supporter of Disc Life because there's some really cool dudes. There's these 2 dudes that out in Nashville, Tennessee.
Yep.
Or down in Nashville, Tennessee from us, and they are just rock. We've recently been on a Skype call with them, talked to them for like an hour and a half. Just overall down-to-earth good dudes that we're excited to work with, and they have the same vision of they're just here for growing disc golf. They love disc golf, and they want that to be something that they can do for the rest of their lives.
Yeah.
So maybe even their jobs.
Yeah, it was weird how similar our mission statements for both of our, I guess you could say, companies were. So just randomly that we hooked up with them, and they're 2 guys just like us. They started a month after we started Utility Disc Golf.
Yep.
So they're a new company, so give them some love and check them out. You get free shipping using the promo code UTILITY at checkout.
Yes, you do. And that also helps us because that gives us a little bit of revenue to help continue to do this stuff with you guys, like the podcast and everything, because everything costs money.
All right, let's get through the other ones.
Yep. Next one we'll go with is with our first sponsor, Disc Golf Center. DiscGolfCenter.com is one of the largest disc golf stores in the world. They have over 20,000 discs in stock, and they have been supplying most of our discs for our disc reviews and all of our giveaways.
Like the Discraft Machete that we just had a winner yesterday on.
Yes, shout out to Chris Nelson. He's going to be getting a beautiful new, he picked the plastic because you can do that with Disc Golf Center when we can do that with our giveaway. So he chose to get the new ZFLX plastic. What are you touching? Oh, the machete under my mic.
Machete.
So that's in the Z plastic. He's going to get the ZFLX plastic in the machete. So one great thing about Disc Golf Center is free shipping over $12. Most discs you buy are going to be over $12. So that's really nice. And also they just have a huge selection. You're able to pick weight and color with them.
Yeah.
And overall, we just really like Disc Golf Center and they help us out. So if you support us, again, support Disc Golf Center.
Yep, and then a quick little plug. We're on Discmania's media team this year. If you guys saw our last video on YouTube,
Word.
we did a kind of a plastic review on the Luster DDX.
Love that plastic, by the way.
Yeah, great plastic. It's a
What's-
nice pearly, durable C-line plastic. It's pretty opaque, which is
Mhm.
me and Nick's
I
favorite.
like the word opaque.
Opaque.
It reminds me of like when you're like ooh, look at that old Pearly Champion plastic. You know, if you're like an old Innova dude, it's similar to that.
Yeah,
but in new molds.
Yeah, really nice disc. I think we did a really good job on the video.
Sorry,
pat on our back.
Humble brag.
And then another shout out to. So anyway, be on the lookout for more Discmania videos. We're gonna be doing about one a month.
Mm-hmm. I saw a picture that.
Saw a picture?
Discmania posted, and it said C-Line PDX.
You think that's going to be our next one?
I think that's going to be the next disc we're going to get. We got a shipping confirmation from Discmania.
Did?
Mm-hmm.
I'm drinking
and it
water.
says
I'm going to start counting how many times I drink water.
We did? Spits it all over the cameras. Oh, my. No, so they sent us a confirmation, and I wonder what it was. I'm thinking it's that PDX, guys. It looked like, so it had the ratings of 11.403. So it sounds pretty beefy, not a ton of glide. Usually at an 11-speed disc, I imagine it to have at least 5 glide because you're ripping on it. So I'm excited to see what that's like.
Yeah, it's going to be sweet.
Shout out Discmania. They rock. And also a shout out to Dynamic Disc. We work with them and they help us out. So, and they're just really good for the whole disc golf world. They're pushing the entire world of disc golf in the correct direction in growing in positivity, professionalism, creativity, and overall just goodness that is disc golf. Kind of getting away from that maybe negative connotation that might be a part of disc golfers or the sport of disc golf. So shout out to Dynamic as well.
Yeah, it's not really talking about Dynamic, but I've been seeing a lot of Instagram posts of people that have won the Marksman Winter League, and I think it's pretty cool that they working with UDisc, which is one of my favorite apps for keeping track of my rounds.
That's the thing; they just partner with everybody, like in a good way, in like supportive way.
But what I think is cool about it is the Winter Marksman League keeps the sport alive throughout the winter because a lot of people take it off. It also helps small businesses because a lot of times it's held at like a bar, or
pub.
A restaurant or something like that.
Our local putting league here in Spokane's held at the Swinging.
Is it the Swinging Door still? Because I thought it was moving over to maybe to the Yak.
No, right now it's still at the Swinging Doors. But anyways, that's like a local restaurant.
Like it's a lot of disc golfers every Tuesday.
And they get like 30 disc golfers. Everyone's at least like buying like a beer or two. It's just great for the overall revenue and like local economy as well.
Yeah, and then our friend Rick Saffels. I don't know how to pronounce his name.
Safiels? I'm going to say Safiels because it has 2 E's.
He's probably listening to this, but he's kind of a supporter of us as well from the very beginning, and I think he helped us get on Discmania's media team, so shout out to him. Yes. But he won his Marksman League 2, and so he has a Marksman basket, which are like, what, $200?
Yeah, those Marksman baskets
aren't pretty sweet
not
price.
Like cheap. I could look it up real quick.
I don't think it's a big deal.
It's not a big deal, but
yeah, so shout out to
Dynamic for doing that.
And Discmania. And we're open to working with other companies. We want to be that media source for you guys that will show you every company. So if Gateway comes out with a disc, or if some of these smaller companies like AGL, above ground level disc, we kind of got reached out to by somebody from them, but we haven't really moved forward with it. But anyway, we're willing to work with all the disc golf manufacturers, and we're going to try to keep it that way for the future.
Yeah, similar to Dynamic's approach to it. It's like they're very supportive and willing to work. They're not wanting to segment themselves off. Obviously, they're a disc manufacturer, so they can't, you're probably not going to see an Innova Dynamic mashup, but.
Yeah, there's a line from Gary Vee. He's like my favorite entrepreneur idol. He says that to have the biggest building in town, you don't want to tear down other buildings. You want to build your own building up. And I think that's kind of what Dynamic is doing. They're not trying to make enemies. They're not trying to take up all the business. There's business for everybody, and quality rises to the top. And I think that works for disc golf too.
Totally. So, told you we'd ramble about everybody. The sponsors. Yeah, that's great.
So hopefully you're 10 minutes in now.
Yeah, we're about 10 minutes in, and just so you know, it's like $160 for a Marksman basket. They're $170 at Walmart, but hey, they're in Walmart. That's cool.
In Walmart?
I've seen discs in Walmart before. Have you guys ever seen discs in your like local Walmart? Like they usually have like some. It's not very good selections.
I might have bought
the X Beast.
Oh no, I didn't know. I haven't looked at actual ones. I bought a Costco basket, and it's like paper clips.
Yeah, the Costco. Yeah, I love saying that. I'm like, dude, these are like paper clips.
And it comes with like 3 discs, and they're ridiculously understable. Even like a 2-year-old that throws it will just flip over and roll.
Yeah, I'm sure people know about it. Cool. So those are sponsors. Thank you to all of them. They make this possible, and so do you guys watching. So we thank you guys too, because you're our sponsors, essentially.
If you really want to sponsor us, go to patreon.com/utilitydiscgolf.
Yep. Shout out Nick King, and who's the other dude on there?
Ludwig.
Last name is Ludwig. He's a supporter.
Yeah.
He's the real MVPs. Cool, guys. So let's move on from that. One exciting thing that has been happening in Spokane is the weather. The weather has not been snowing.
It's been sunny. Today was beautiful.
It was 60 degrees today. February 8th, 60 degrees. That's scary, but good.
Yeah, I hope the snow is gone for good.
I'm trying not to get my hopes up.
I have a feeling it's going to be like nice for February, and then March is going to snow. And I heard that last year or year before, it was snowing in April.
Yeah, no, it was snowing a lot.
Yeah.
This is abnormal weather patterns. So that's one thing that's going on. And me and Tanner actually got out for. Well, I've been playing a little bit more than him, but because Tanner's been injured. But we got out for our first round together in like 3 weeks. It felt maybe even like longer.
Yeah, first real round where we're not filming or doing anything.
No, we were just like there to be disc golfers because we love disc golf.
We're just relaxing, chilling.
It was nice weather. So we went out, and Tanner's had a little hurt elbow. If you want to tell us a little bit about your elbow, a little journey you've had, hurting it, strengthening it, that.
Yeah.
You don't have to go into a lot.
Not a whole lot of detail, but me and Nick did some disc reviews in about 20-degree weather, 20 degrees Fahrenheit for our international listeners.
The throw.
What's that?
I remember like the throw.
Was it on the river or was it on the machete? I don't know. One of those disc reviews, my elbow was just like, nope, we're not doing this anymore this cold. So it's not like tennis elbow, which is, or it's like just feels like the bone. Like it's a bone bruise or something.
Anyways, your elbow hurt.
My elbow hurt to the point where I didn't want to throw a backhand anymore. And so I basically had to tell Nick, I had a lot of self-restraint. Nick's like, you want to play today? No, I'm taking another week off.
I stopped inviting you eventually.
Yeah, that was good. So anyway, we've got to play, and we played one of the harder courses, in my opinion, in Spokane. At least for me, I don't shoot negative there very much. I think I've only shot under par once or twice, and I don't shoot under par a whole lot.
It's the 3 courses in Spokane, Downriver, Highbridge, and Sakani. A unanimous vote would come in that Sakani is the most difficult course.
Sakani, then Downriver?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Just tightness-wise. It's tight, elevation change all around.
A lot of trees.
Yeah, a lot of trees. It's really fun.
It is fun. So me, Nick, and our buddy Mark played around, and I shot even. I didn't beat Nick or Mark, but they've been playing a little bit more, and I was nursing an injury. That's my excuses.
We went 3 down.
They went 3 down.
Not much more.
Yeah, and I shot even, which even for me at that course is like I'm having a good day, and I had a lot of missed putts, and I had a lot of bad drives.
Even at Sakani, like shooting even at Camp Sakani or Jamboree Disc Golf Course is not a bad feeling. Yeah, it's something that I shoot for and allow the birdies to just like accumulate my score down.
Yeah, when I'm there, I'm like par's good, and then I'm gonna get a birdie hopefully once in a while.
Mm-hmm. Totally.
So it was fun. I'm glad we got out there. We did decide to play 2 rounds, and that's when my elbow started hurting again. So I might have to take another 2 weeks off, but
it was good though.
Good.
So we're excited. We're excited about it. We just want to let you know that we've been able to get out and play. And Tanner's been able to get out and play, and hopefully this is going to increase like our media output of just having better weather, more time to play. We want to do more on-course videos, I know, because people seem to love the 6x6.
Yeah, the disc reviews are nice, but
more fun to just play and film it too.
Yeah. Do you want to talk about the freebie you got from work? Yeah, we shoot our videos with 2 DSLRs.
Yeah, okay, I know what you're talking about. So we work in the hotel, and we were given or if people turn into Lost and Found, if an employee finds something in the Lost and Found, you turn it in. If 2 months goes by and somebody does not come back to reclaim their item.
Finders keepers.
Finders keepers.
Losers weepers.
Losers weepers. And there was a weeper out there, and the finder was a keeper. I didn't find it. Somebody else at my work found it, but they knew I did disc golf stuff and media content. They said, "Hey, would you want this?" So it's a Sony Handycam, an HD Handycam. It's like
5 years old. I think I
remember
selling them at Best Buy.
220 or something like that. Anyways, it's not bad. It's nice to have like the zoom on top for anybody who's interested in getting into disc golf content and whatnot. We're noticing that the DSLRs are cool and they shoot really good quality pictures and videos, and they do the job. You do not need a Handycam.
But they're bulky. Yeah, they're bulky. They're kind of hard to hold steady unless you have like a monopod. Mm-hmm. If you look at Central Coast or Jomez, they have like backpack shoulder straps.
Dude, Jomez has got some big cameras right now. Talking about bulky.
Yeah, they're legit.
Different type of bulky.
Ours is just a little Handycam. It's like fits in his bag. It's gonna be nice because I think we can get good footage without really trying very hard, and it's not gonna be something that we're gonna be scared to lose, or drop like a DSLR.
No. It's not. I just realized something. I didn't switch the battery. It's sitting right there.
going
Can I
dead.
switch the battery and like the stream will pop back up
Um,
if the camera goes back up?
yeah, we're still recording. It'll just go black, I think.
Okay. So
Or you just ruined everything.
no, it's okay. The podcast is not ruined. We're excited about the podcast still. I just need to change the battery on the camera
Change it real quick. I'll keep talking.
because it's gonna die. But keep telling them about it.
So yeah, the Handycam, it does like 32 times zoom. The first time Nick recorded me throwing a shot, he was like, "Oh man, I feel like Central Coast right now." He felt like Johnny Disc Golf. And we haven't looked at, or I personally haven't looked at the quality of what the video looks like. It kind of looks like it's kind of washed out, but it still works. Yep. Oh, we're back on and we're still recording. Sweet. So,
Not only am I an amateur disc golfer, I'm an amateur podcaster too.
yeah, we got a nice little Handycam. So you might be seeing us do more footage on the course that's going to be higher quality, and we can track shots all the way to the basket instead of like halfway to the basket.
Totally. Cool. It's just awesome. So we just want to let you know about some stuff that's going on with us. Just give you a utility update.
Utility up. That's a good. We should do that. That should be the first part of our podcast. That's what we do anyway, basically.
Just
but
tell each other. Just
that's
tell you
our name
about
of our
us.
segment.
Totally.
But having that Handycam for free is nice because we were both talking about maybe getting into a better recording situation,
Mm-hmm.
and it was basically like the secret. If anybody knows that.
Yep.
We just like put it out in the world and we got it.
The
Or Nick
secret.
stole it from work, whichever.
Well, thanks, Davenport. Thanks for the person who forgot their Sony Handycam.
Didn't you say there's like dance recitals on it?
Yeah, I looked on it and there was like dance recitals of little kids, like not in a weird way, as in like it was their parent and they were filming their kid like doing a Thanksgiving recital. I didn't watch that long because I was like, oh, this is not important.
Yeah. And
Maybe it was.
Getting a camera that was left at a hotel.
I was nervous,
Kinda
to say
scary.
the least.
Yeah.
A camera found in a room at a hotel. But we're not going to talk about that. On to our next segment, guys. Something we all love to do. Nick's Clips.
Keep going. Clips. Nick's Clips.
Nick's Clips, Nick's Clips. Okay, guys. So this is the segment where I do exactly what everybody else does and surfs the internet and just watches disc golf videos. But I'm just going to show you the ones that I like, make you watch them. And hopefully it's something you haven't seen.
Oh, let's grab the.
So I'm going to Tanner's going to grab the camera. Yeah. Tanner's going to, it's okay. You don't need to move it. I don't want you to move it. So Tanner's going to grab the camera and we're going to do Nick's Clips. So hopefully you guys haven't seen these. You probably have because I'm usually picking popular ones, but maybe you're too busy and you don't get to get on the internet as much as you'd like. So here we're going to show you Nick's Clips. So this first clip, we're going to set it up. It's a guy on a tee pad throwing I think it's a Mako 3, and the video is called Andrew McGill - Just a Casual Ace by Casey Wright with so it's a Mako 3 is what it is. It's it looks like a hole that you need to hit a tree gap probably about 70 feet off of the tee pad.
70 to 100, I'd say.
70 to 100, and then out there probably looking like another like 100 or plus feet, 120 feet. There's the basket sitting out there. So this guy just takes a nice big old rip with his disc,
Yeah.
and he does something a little magical, something we all enjoy. Let's just take a look. So he's going to tee off. Oh, a little lag. I'll replay it. Oh, what?
And it just
So this-
drops in.
So I'm going to play that again. So this guy rips it off the tee pad. It's flying on an Anheuser, and it looks like about 3/4 of the way through the flight, it just loses about 15 feet of height, and it just drops out of the air. Boom. Flips it, and it just whoosh, drops. Bam, aces it.
It's crazy.
Like, what the heck? So I don't know if you've ever like had that happen where like you have a hidden air pocket and you're like, and you see your disc like up and down and up and down, and sometimes
Yeah.
it can help. And I think that was the most successful air bounce
Yeah.
I've ever seen.
When I first saw it, I was like, if I were to edit this in After Effects, how would I make it drop like that? Because it almost looks like it just falls out of the sky and hits the chains.
I believe it though.
But with the audio, it looks real.
Yeah, it's completely real. So shout out to Casey Wright for doing that.
That was a Facebook video we saw, right?
Yep. Anheuser with the Mako 3 and drop, boom, aced it in. So for the people that can't see, if you guys want to check it out, go on Facebook and Type in Just a Casual Ace by Casey Wright. I'm sure you could find the video. We'll have a link to it in the bottom of the YouTube description of this.
What do you want to end with? Big Jeremy? Or do you want to end with the Ace?
I'll do the Ace.
Next?
I think we could talk about Big Jeremy.
Okay.
Okay.
Big Jeremy is an
So
inside
the
joke
next one,
that
this
I
next
actually
one-
said once.
Is what we're going to call some tree love. Oh, don't show them yet. I don't want to show the Instagram people because we accidentally clicked it.
There's-
Oh. So this next one, this girl's up on the tee pad looking at about maybe a 250-foot, 260-foot hole. And she throws something, and it looks like a really good drive. But it cuts in early a little bit, but she gets a little help from her friends. Oh, Mother Nature.
Little tree direction.
A little tree direction. Trying to get this to pop up. Backhand. Nice smooth form. Wow. Right off the tree.
Just caroms right off the tree right next to it.
Carom right off the tree. Gosh, love that word.
Sorry if that
So-
first video
So she
blew your ears
backhands
out.
it, and it looks like it's like a stable fairway driver because it's going straight, and then it just starts to fade in. Fades in about 10 feet too early. It hits the tree about 10 feet in front of the basket, bounces out back right, and just dead center chains.
And it
Now,
looks
is that
like
a skip
she's...
ace?
What?
Is that a skip ace, a hit ace, a carom ace?
I think it's a tree direction.
Tree direction. I love that word. Tree direct.
Maybe it's a trace?
Trace. That was a trace.
Streamline
and that
trace.
was the most amount of tree love that I've ever seen in my life. That's a tree one.
What's up, guys?
That's a tree one.
All right. So one more video clip.
Yeah, let's one more. Is this it?
It's in the folder on the left. Nick doesn't know how to use the computer. Click it. And we call him Big Jeremy.
So this is our boy, Big Jeremy. Big Germ, Nico Castro, Philo, Greg Barsby, a few other people. I saw Paige was out there.
Pierce,
Paige
yeah.
was out there. They're all in Thailand, and they did this last year too. They went out to Thailand and played in some of these local like tournaments that they had out there, which I thought was great. Just to like have those big names go out there. Some bunch of big names are coming to the battle at Seattle, which we're playing in, and just having those names you look up to come to your local tournaments.
Yeah, like Tanner LaBelle, Nick Vanderlinde.
Yeah, like utility disc golf, they're coming. No, but having those people come to your home course or somewhere you play or you're going to is such a fun feeling to really feel a part of what we watch, like
Yeah.
kind of like the celebrities of disc golf. So Big Germ has this kind of odd throw. I've seen this on one other video. I'm going to call it like, it's not the chicken wing. I'm just going to call it the Big Jeremy.
Big germ wing.
The Big Jeremy wing. So it's looking like a weird hole, some trees, kind of
Might
short.
be loud.
Ow. What was that? Sorry, guys. Oh, my goodness. If you can listen to the people in the background.
I can hear him.
What
was
was that?
Yeah.
That guy is disgusted. He's like appalled by what Big Jeremy just did.
Let's watch it again. I'm going to try to zoom in a little bit
so
better.
Big Germ, I'll set it up here for people who are just watching. It looks like it's just about, what, like a 200-foot hole? A little shorty.
Probably.
A little shorty. So Big Germ is holding it regularly.
I think he's holding it regular, and he
just
just
like in his hand.
Yeah.
Just like how you'd normally hold a disc. And he lifts his arm up. Imagine putting your elbow up to like ear height
like scratching your back.
and throwing, if you can see me, like throwing like,
Maybe show the people on YouTube. It's more just like a wrist flick
dude, he's just like,
throw. And instead of a reach back, it's called the curl your wrist, like the opposite of what you want
whatever
to
it
do.
does, it does like a reverse, or no, it flexes. It's like a weird way to flex a shot. I don't
Yeah,
know
I
why
think
he
it's
did
just
it, but
'cause the
this is
angle-
amazing. Let's just watch
When
it.
you throw it from 7 feet tall, it's going to come in on a flex.
Yeah. What? Oh, he comes inches from that tree, and I feel like he just like parked the basket. Literally.
Yeah. People in the background are like, what just happened?
That
What
last
was
guy.
that? Let's watch one more time, real quick.
Another one. Oh yeah, I'll play a couple more.
So look at his hand placement. Looks like he just grips it normal over the top of his ear.
Is it? So he throws it like
And
over
then
the
it goes
top
to
of
the
his
right.
ear,
Yeah.
chicken wing status, and it like flexes. It like finally flips and flexes right, and then flexes back left.
And then
I've seen him do it out. Like he was like in the woods one time, and he like needed to float it, and he couldn't like backhand it or something.
yeah.
So he like gained propulsion. Was like that.
I think it was at what was
Where was that?
It was
in the
the
woods.
military base. Was that Worlds?
Yeah. Well, they played at like the IDGC and for Worlds.
I think he did on one of those courses on like a practice round. That one that not Cam Todd. Who's the other guy that played that's on Prodigy again now? He used to be on Latitude.
Not or Cole Glazer.
Cole Glazer.
Yeah.
Cole Glazer aced the hole that I think he did the
Oh, really?
that he did that last one on.
Put the
So yeah,
prop it up. But that's Nick's clips, guys. So all those clips, we're gonna link these in our down in the YouTube video when we post it of the podcast. So you'll be able to go back and look at these if you want a better look. If you're listening to the podcast, even if you can't find it, direct message us or something, and we'll hook you up with the link of the video if it's not working for you. We just want this to be a way to expose fun video clips from around the world that we see on the internet and kind of just laugh at them. Make sure other people see them. It's just like showing your friends a video you saw. We're just tagging you in a meme, essentially. But it's like a live meme that we get to commentate on. All right, guys. Tanner's just getting the Instagram live set back up. Talk to people. Yeah, I can talk to people. I'm watching you guys right here on live. So if you guys have any questions too, we can answer those. But so that's Nick's clips. Nick's clips. It's going to be a different song every time.
yeah, maybe when we get more professional, we'll have an actual intro.
Here, I'll make you guys laugh for a sec. So, me and Sarah went to dinner last night.
Sarah, your fiance.
Sarah's my fiance. And
Sarah with an H. Sarah.
Sarah with an H. Sarah.
Yeah.
And we went to this place called the Elk. It's a nice little public house. I say public house. I don't know why it's called that. I don't know what a public house is, but it's like has beer, food, yummy stuff. So we go, and the bill comes, and I always like to go, "Hey Sarah, what do you think the bill is?" And we try to guess. And this time it was $26.
Bad.
And I was just feeling a little groovy, and I started saying $26, $26, because I'm working on my jingle game, right?
Yeah.
And we got a little beat going, so you go $26, $26. $26. Okay, anyways. So it just goes on. And I'm thinking that this jingle could be a viral hit, and we'll call it the $26 challenge. You get
$26 holla?
$26 holla. That's great. No, that's great. So it would be like a group of friends. You get together. I'm sure you've seen these videos where they do like raps together, but kind of like fun raps. It's not a rap. So you do the $26, and everyone will be stomping and clapping, and the whole group would be going, $26.
You got a very active imagination, Nick.
So, and then it would come in, and you go, $26 makes me holla, and I drive an Impala, and I wear a shot collar.
So they try to rhyme dollars the whole
Yeah, see, and then at the end, and then you'd be like.
Then whoever has the best rhyme gets $26.
And then, yeah, something like that. Anyways, it could go viral, guys. I know you might be laughing right now, or you might be like, Nick, shut up, that's stupid. But if you walk away from this podcast singing $26, $26, I might actually just come out with like an official version and beat of that song.
Maybe we should have a utility disc golf tournament, and the winnings are $26.
Exactly, $26. All right. Schreiber Isaac asked us, what's your fave mid-range? Tanner, go.
I'm kind of trying to figure out my mid-game
Your mid-range game?
my mid-range game right now. I'm trying to get my bag like set for 2018. I don't want to have a whole lot of variance once I get the year started because I want to get used to my discs.
It's kind of hard when all these companies send us discs and you try it out and you go, oh, I like that one.
Yeah, for like a week, I'm like,
one.
ooh,
I want to buy that.
that's awesome. I need that. Right now I have a beat-in Rock 3 champion that flies almost dead straight, very neutral. I got a brand new Rock 3, which is pretty overstable, and then I have a Rock X3, which is more overstable. But I think I need something that's like a meat hook, so I might put the Justice back in my bag.
Mm-hmm. Do you not have a Gator? Did you just say you have a Gator?
I have a Stargator that's kind of beat in, but I think I like the Justice rim better.
The Justice is like another like one of those cheater discs. Like it's like the Pure and the Harp for me. It's like how the Pure and the Harp are like a half mid. Like I almost feel like Justice is like partial fairway driver.
Yeah, it's like a
it's the firm and flatness.
It's like it's almost like a Firebird for me. Like a the one thing that's weird about the Justice is it just drops out of the air. It's very predictable. It's like throwing a brick. It's like I can only throw this thing 20 feet, and I know exactly where it's landed. And that's kind of how the Justice is. I can only throw 200 feet,
totally,
and I know exactly where it's going to land.
What would you say your favorite mid range is? Like right now.
I'd probably say Rock 3, but with a little like asterisk that I think I'm gonna get some McPro Rock 3, something in the because I like the mold. I want to keep like similar molds for most of my discs this year.
That's good.
So I'm gonna get a McPro Rock 3 that I hopefully can beat in to be in more of a Heiser flip to Anheuser mid range.
I feel like that's what your pink one is like.
Kind of like that, but it's pretty stable still. I want something that flips like your. I think you have KC Pros that you throw.
Yeah.
Pretty on. Like if I throw a Heiser flip on my pink one, it's probably gonna Heiser out.
Like
I want something that'll
Heisers.
fade all the way to the right.
So Rock 3s though, do you feel like they're like your most like versatile favorite mid range? Like if you had to grab, if you needed to park a 280-foot hole.
Yeah.
And it was like maybe like a wide open island shot. Are you gonna like grab your Rock 3, like your new Rock 3, and throw it out to the right a little bit and let it fade?
If it was a mid range, if I grabbed a mid range on that kind of hole, I'd probably grab like a overstable fairway driver and Heiser it. But
I think you can throw far enough.
Yeah, I can throw a mid range that far, but I think a fairway driver on a Heiser is more accurate.
Totally.
But I'll say one thing: I've never thrown an EMAC Truth or a Truth, and I feel like that might be a disc to get.
I literally threw a Truth one time.
And you threw it exactly how the guy told you it was going to fly?
Oh, you were there.
Yeah, I was there.
Like, you should throw a Truth.
It was with Jace, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he was like, this one's like kind of flippy. And
he's like, throw it on like a little bit of a Heiser and it'll pop up flat and just go dead straight and just land straight. And you're like, all right.
And I did that, and it was like far.
Yeah.
It was like 330 or something like that. It was like, for mid-range, I don't know. For a mid-range, like I've never thrown, didn't like muscle it. So the Truths, I see why they are. They're the rock of dynamic.
Yeah, and that's why I want to try
the trilogy rock. I would even go to say that they're like, or I guess like the Compass would be the rock of Latitude and West Side. What would you think? Have you ever thrown a Warship? I threw a Warship and it was similar.
I haven't thrown a whole lot from West Side besides a Harp and a Tersus, and that's it.
Yeah, I'm with you right there. My favorite mid range would be KC flat top rock. Yeah. So there's like normal KC rocks that are kind of domey, and there's these runs that happen. They happened in a few tournaments here, and the McPro Rock 3s, the new ones, are like very close to resembling those in the feel.
Yeah,
and it's just a good KC Pro Rock that's flat. It's like board flat and brand new. They're just like dead straight, maybe a tiny bit of fade, and then beat into dead straight, and then beat into like slow turnover to flippy. So I have 4 of them in my bag, just in different seasons. That kind of going back to what you're talking about with the narrowing it down to like one mold. That's something that I've gotten into with those, and it took a while. Like it took a while for me to figure those out, but I definitely still have like a Rock 3,
a Rock X3,
a Rock X3. The Rock X3 doesn't come out a ton, but like in a very windy situation, I need to pump a rock. Like I'm gonna grab that Rock X3.
Yeah, and it's similar to the Rock 3 that I feel like for this next season, I just want my hand to know what disc I'm grabbing.
It's not a matter of like what disc is in my hand and how does it feel. It's like the same disc is always in my hand. What angle do I need to throw this on? What amount of power do I need to throw this on?
Yeah,
totally. I would just go to say the Rock is my favorite because we're talking Rock 3, Rock X3, loving those. But actually, for one of just like my favorite mid ranges though is a Meteor.
I feel the Meteor a lot.
A Meteor is from Discraft. It's a -0.5 in Discraft if you know rating, so it's slightly understable. Brand new, it's like probably be dead straight for a lot of people. Or if you throw it flat, you might get a small amount of turn. And I have like a really beat-in Glow Z one.
Really beat-in.
And it's just like, throw it on a fat hyzer and it flips up, or throw it on a medium hyzer and it'll flip up flat and then slow turn at the end. And it has a ton of glide. So Meteor and Rocks, I love them. And it's funny because there's like 2 like rival companies. You know, you think of Discraft and Innova. But cool. That was a good question. I like that. Somebody's how do you pronounce his name? QOTS. Quatsarok 86?
I'm not sure. He does really good dives though. We just I was on a live stream with him on Simon's, and he asked him if he could dye a disc for Simon, and then look at his Instagram. He has a really sick Simon dye. So it's pretty cool.
Yeah. I think I've been seeing it as like he had the Crescent No.
It was an MD4, yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It was the Crescent Falcon one.
Yeah. Does he have something to say?
Somebody. So he said that they're similar to a Buzz, versatile mid range. I'm assuming he's talking about the Truths.
Yeah.
And yeah, I agree. Like these beaded mid-ranges, you know, I feel like every company needs their staple. Discraft, Buzz, you know, you have Innova Rock, you have Disc Dynamic.
Latitude has the Compass.
Yeah, and you have Dynamic, you have the Truth.
I like the Compass. I threw the Compass for a while. I just feel like it was a little bit more understable than a Rock.
They're really
3.
flat.
Yeah.
Like most of the molds I've seen are pretty flat. Yeah, so that's good. I like that. I like those questions, guys. So his Isaac Schreiber's favorite mid range is a Glow Buzz.
I haven't thrown a whole lot of disc crap besides that machete. And I threw a Buzz OS when was it Dan? Did he let us borrow those?
Which one? Wait, what'd you say? I'm sorry.
I've only thrown a Buzz OS, and I think Dan let me throw it.
Oh yeah,
down
Buzz
river.
OS, super beefy mid.
Yeah, he was like, "Oh, this is more stable than a Justice," and I was like, "No,
Nothing's more stable than a Justice." I'm sorry. Oh, actually, I don't even know what disc it was, but I've found one disc more stable than Justice, and Ryan Lafort here in Spokane has it, and it's like not even a company you've heard of, and it was like he
probably flips
throws
it.
so far, like he throws a real like 500 plus foot, like putts like a madman. And I saw him throw it as hard as he can out of Anheuser, and it looked like it was like bending his arm already in a hyzer before it came out. That's not true, but
kind of like the machete of mid
yeah,
ranges."
it's really stable.
Yeah.
Okay, but anyway, let's go to the next question. Isaac again. What's your main distance driver? I'd have to say DDX. We just did the review, but I already had a DDX in my bag, and like if you go on my Instagram, you can see a video of me crushing one on hole 16 or 17 in Fort Steilacoom on Northwest. And it's just like an open field, and I love that disc because it just like flips right and then usually flexes back if you give it a little bit of air. Most of the time it's going to flex back unless you like worm burned it. But DDX, if I just need main distance, I'm going DDX because that thing has secret glide too. Chick glide.
For just bomber distance, I feel like the DDX is probably very similar, but it'd either be my beat-in destroyer that I have. When I throw it flat, it kind of flips to the right and has a nice S-turn.
That flash one?
Yeah, the flash one.
I think
Dyed a flash on it. It's pretty sweet. It's on my personal Instagram for disc golf.
Mm-hmm.
Or I have a Champion Strike, which is like max weight Champion Strike.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that's the most overstable plastic type for strikes because I had a Star Strike and they were kind of unpredictable.
Those things got flippy.
Sometimes they'd flip up and just like turn into rollers. Sometimes they would get max distance. Sometimes they would just hyzer out. I'm like, what the heck is this disc trying to do?
They reminded me of a World, or pardon me. No, I think it's a World. Yeah, because Worlds from Westside are like slightly touchy. They have
I thought Worlds are stable.
It says it's like 14-1 or 14-5-1-4, like a positive turn. It says it's supposed to be that stable, dude. And I watch people like flip them up and they'll coast right and they won't come back.
Yeah,
I know they just retooled all their numbers. Yeah,
Latitude did.
Yeah.
Westside.
Well, no, they did them for the whole trilogy.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but they didn't do all the discs, just some of them, just like the ones that needed it. But anyways, yeah, the
max weight Champion Strike.
But the Star Strikes, yeah, they're like touchy and flippy like that.
For me, they're touchy. Yeah.
Really. So what did you say? So you think a Strike? I say DX.
I think a DDX. The DDX when we were throwing them, I mean, my elbow wasn't 100%, but it felt very similar to my Champion Strike.
Yeah, I just think a little more lippy, but I like. Yeah. So DDX. They say they're like beat-in destroyers, brand new. I hear the S lines are kind of flippy, but which more happens with like Star and S line and Fusion and all those types of
they beat in a little quicker and they're usually a little bit more understable.
Yeah, what would you call that plastic? It's like it's not see-through. It's not even opaque. It's like a solid plastic.
Solid,
bro. So that would be our distance driver. Those lusters look. Corsac says the lusters look great. Got a dealer order coming with some of those lusters DDX in it. Cool, man. Yeah, they do look great and they feel good too. So you'll be excited about those. Isaac said he throws a G-Line PD2. So the G-Line is G-Star in Discmania.
And PD2 is basically a destroyer, right?
Yeah, I know that's like the most popular distance driver.
Because I got an X-Out destroyer and it had a PD2 stamp on it. But on the bottom it said destroyer, but on the top it had like a Discmania PD2 stamp, but then it had an X-Out stamp on top of it. And that turned into one of my flippier destroyers. I think I'm going to go to destroyers this year for my distance drivers. I don't know if anybody else notices this, but I tried to do the Defender for Trilogy, and they are just way more stable than destroyers.
Like
I can get
stable.
Yeah, like I can get
in a good way if you want that though.
If you want it, yeah. But the Star destroyers, I can throw them for 3 or 4 rounds, and they'll beat into the point where I can get good distance out of them. They're not like meat hooks. Like the first couple throws, they might feel like meat hooks. But with the Defenders, I mean, I have a beat-in Lucid that's kind of like my destroyers now. But the Fusion that I have, I thought it'd be beat in by now, but it's still just
is it Fusion?
Too much. It's in Fusion, yeah. It's like a white. It's going to be a good one for dying, so I'm going to keep it. But
I haven't personally thrown a Defender, but I do know they're a very popular dynamic disc, kind of for that when people come from other places, they might like, this is my new destroyer, or this is my new.
Yeah, I've kind of heard. Maybe you guys can leave it in the comments. The competitor, like the complementary disc of a destroyer for Trilogy, I've heard is either a defender or an enforcer.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like from what I've gathered, I think an enforcer is more stable.
I have not done either.
I haven't thrown an enforcer either. But anyway,
Not that I'm opposed to. I'd love to try them out. I think that should be a really good idea for a video. Comparing very similar discs.
Yeah.
So cool, guys. One more. How long have you been going for?
5:38.
Let's talk a little more.
40 minutes.
Yeah, let's talk a little more for you guys. No problem. Any pre-round routine either of you go through? Stretch?
Yeah, Tanner, being a personal trainer, I usually stretch a little bit more before my rounds, and I didn't when I hurt my elbow because I just wanted to film.
It's usually late, so we're all on the T-pad.
Well, it's not really that we're... Oh, yeah.
No, I mean, you're like, we've already all been there for 10 minutes and stretched, and we're about to tee off, and you get there. So he doesn't get a stretch. It's our fault.
I'm busy grinding, hustling.
He's always got time for Dutch Bros coffee, though.
Yeah. Dutch Bros. I need my coffee or else I don't play well.
You need to get a coffee sponsor.
Yeah, shout out to anybody.
Shout out to anybody that can make a Americano.
With cream. No sugar.
Enjoy your hot bean water.
Yeah. So anyway, I have a little band that's in my bag, and we use towels. Me and Nick do.
I love towels.
And I try to get my elbows and my shoulders warmed up and my hips.
Mm-hmm.
And I try to do some lunges, get my knees and joints warmed up.
Stationary squats. Our friend Tony's always doing those, and I started doing them, and it gets you ready for, like, you know when you walk up the first hill on a disc golf course after you've played a few holes, and then your thighs are like, feel like they just broke? And you're like, oh, like, I didn't stretch or use that before that hill.
Yeah.
So those squats, just getting ready for, like, all the muscles you're about to use.
Yeah, and you don't want to, like, a lot of people will just go in static stretch where you just, like, you do, like, a hamstring stretch and just try to touch your toes for 30 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
I would not recommend that. Before you do an athletic event, you want to do, like, a dynamic warm-up where you're moving in a way that it's going to be similar to your exercises. So me and you use that towel where we, like, slowly work our way up.
Yeah.
Snapping a towel. That's good because that's what your body's going to be doing.
I love the Innova towels that have the little black, like, handle on them.
Are you talking about flight towels?
No, not flight towels.
Flight
which
towels
I want to
cool.
get into because I think they're, like, meant for that.
Yeah, they are. They have, like, a disc holder. They're in Oregon too. I've seen a lot of stuff online. I think we should do a review on them.
You hear us? We want you.
We want you.
We will work with you. Need you. So would you say stretching, some putting?
Yeah, putting would be a good way to get started in the beginning. But before you, like, go out to throw, even just throwing a couple, like, throw a couple putters off a tee.
Mm-hmm.
Just throw them about, like, 60% and slowly work up to 100.
Totally.
Like a 60%, a 65, 70, 75%. Just get your body used to doing that motion and just make sure that you kind of, not that you have a sweat going, but your body should be warm.
Yeah, like, feel like you just did some. You know, so that's what I like to use towel for.
You do jumping jacks too.
Huh?
You do jumping jacks.
I'm going to tell them about my pre-round routines. So one thing is, like, get to the course, get out, get everything out of my trunk, get ready to go. Make sure I'm situated for the round, car's locked, like, boom. Now I can, like, leave my car.
And wait for Tanner to be
and
there.
Wait 26 minutes for Tanner to be there. No.
So
$26. See, I didn't even mean to pick the word number 26, and it just happened. 26 minutes. So getting there and stretching. But, yeah, like he said, like, even just, like, starting to do, like, a few light jumping jacks, up, down, like, getting my body feeling like movement to know what it feels like to move, just to remember.
Yeah, we actually do utility jacks. We go U-T-I-L-I-T-Y. Utility.
Yeah. And then everyone goes, woo!
Yeah, and then we run out to the course and get on our round.
Actually, that's at my pre-shot routine every time. So, stretching, jumping jacks, but the towel. So I like to do the towel just soft, a little harder, and then, like, a little bit, like, not even really hard, like mid-range, like, power, and then some, like, real stretches. I really like putting my arm on something and body. I like putting my arm on something and turning my body so I can feel the stretch coming from, like, my pec all the ways over into the inside of my shoulder.
Stretching out that chest, that front delt, a little bit of bicep tendon.
Backhand and forehand as well. So making sure to stretch, guys. I don't know if, like, a lot of you guys do that, or you're like, I don't believe in stretching or practicing or whatever. If you're going to do one thing, just stretch. That's a pre-round routine everybody should have, and stretching when you're done, which we don't do that much.
I literally said you don't want to stretch before a round, then you said you
Really?
got to stretch.
You say you don't want
You don't want a static stretch before a round.
Well, I do like a little bit of stretching.
So a little, if you want to get more in depth on this, when you static stretch for that long, you kind of deaden the nerve muscle spindle.
When
in
you
your,
say static, you mean like just from like no activity, just like start stretching?
like when a lot of people were younger and before like baseball practice or something, and they go, like, all right, hamstring stretch, 1, 2, 3,
Yeah,
and you just
like right away.
touch your toe. Yeah, that's not good. Because that basically deadens your muscle spindle so that you're not as explosive. And with disc golf, a lot of people don't think it is, but it's a power sport.
Mm-hmm.
Like you're going from 0 to 100 and you're trying to snap your body as fast as you can in one motion.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe I need to teach Nick a little bit.
Maybe you do, but I stretch a little bit.
You do stretch a little bit. Stretching's all right, but I just wouldn't recommend doing it.
Like it's not an intense stretch. It's like just make sure like my arms and my back and my legs like feel used to the movement of disc golf. So doing that and just getting in the right mindset, like right away, just kind of getting into the fun mindset.
Yeah.
As into like I'm here to have fun and play disc golf. Like I'm not here expecting to shoot like 12 down or anything like that, because then you'll just get mad.
Yeah.
So just getting into the fun mindset. Tournament wise, I'm still even getting into the fun mindset. I'm going to get focused and make sure that I give my 100% effort into every shot that I do. But another thing pre-round is just being like, all right, I'm here. This is where I want to be. This is fun. Like there's a reason I'm doing this, whether it's like you're out playing with your buddies casually or you're there for a tournament. Getting my mind and body ready to play disc golf.
Yeah. And I think the reason why I shot better than I thought I would at Sakani is because I didn't run a lot of putts.
No,
like
you were
up
smart.
shots, like from outside of like 60 feet. I think you noticed like, oh, nice up shot. And in my head, I'm like, I was running that.
Yeah.
And that happened on the first 2 holes. And then I was like, threes are not bad. I'll get birdies down the road.
Totally. That's
Just getting your mind right.
I have a saying that's like a dumb saying because I said it once, my friends make fun of me, but I said, what did I say? You always get birdies on the second shot or something like, or the first shot. I can't remember what I said.
Well, I always make my second putt. Like if I'm putting from like outside the circle, I always make the second time I try it on casual rounds.
Always. And it's usually like a Firebird.
No, you
my
say
destroy putt's always good.
You say that if you make a birdie putt, you can only make the first putt once or twice.
No, you can only do it twice once is another saying I have.
Okay.
And that's something else. Just forget what I was saying about that. So we got a couple other questions. Somebody said, what bag do you guys use?
I think I have a Commander bag.
Yeah, you have a Commander. He uses a Commander. Somebody said
I need to upgrade this year though.
As well. I have a Dynamic Disc Ranger for my bag. I usually use it in winter and courses that aren't cart friendly. And then I have a Zuka cart as my main thing, which I really like. Shout out Zuka.
Hashtag cart life.
Hashtag cart life. Hashtag Zuka life.
Yeah, that hilly course we played this week. It's pretty entertaining seeing Nick trying to climb up like bike trails that
just, like,
are strewn
runs you
throughout.
down. It's borderline uncart friendly, but it's fine. So yeah, those are the bags that we use. He says he uses a Dynamic Disc Commander bag. Commander bag's great. I bet you sometimes I feel like you could use a little more storage.
I could use more storage. I'm kind of jealous that you have basically 2 stacks of my bottom bag because the top part of the bag holds probably 4 putters, but then I hold like 16 maybe in the bottom, and I feel like you can hold almost double that.
Can you guys hear that cat meowing? We have to lock the cat up while we do this, or she'll tear down the set.
Yeah, our utility kitties, they'll take down the lights.
So those are the bags we use. So you like that, though?
Yeah, I was trying to think what I wanted to get this year for a bag. I think I might actually want a Ranger bag. I like the top storage in it, too.
You're going to get a bag when you go to GBO.
Oh.
In the player's pack. They've done it. Last year, they had a Commander bag and that sick red and black logo. And then they had the American Commander bags the year before.
The local store, the general store, they have one of those GBO black and red bags right now. Look pretty sweet.
They're really good looking. So they've done the last 2 years. The whole like hype was like, dude, they're gonna give away Zuka carts. Like everyone thought they were gonna give away the Dynamic Disc Zuka cart, the one that you could put your bag in, and that did not happen.
Yeah,
I was not
ridiculous.
disappointed. I was like, I thought it was gonna happen, but I was like, but really, like, how do they expect all these people to like chug this thing home? Like, there's people from Finland there, like they gotta bring it back from.
They're like, all right, $400 shipping. I get a free disc golf cart.
So I think you're gonna get a bag. I would wait to see. It's in April.
I'm down.
Let's see what you get. We got a couple more questions. Let's see.
Pick like maybe one or two more, and then we'll
Yeah, it
talk
should
about
feel
the
should feel
fifth
loose
round.
after getting done with your stretch. Feel loose, totally
Yeah.
loose. Not like totally. I like that, and it helps the mindset as well, in my opinion. Yeah, to feel loose, totally. Like when you feel loose, you feel better, you feel more prepared, and you feel like you're ready to just like have some fun and go be out there and lose. Like a loose mindset and a loose body combines for me a pretty good round.
Danny
Lindahl.
he says slow is smooth and smooth is far, and if
Mhm.
you're loose, you're going to be smooth. So I think our saying is stay loose, throw smooth.
Stay loose, stay fly.
Yeah.
Cool. So you all need a utility disc golf backdrop. Yes. We're actually going to get a green screen and be able to not only put backdrop logos, but even videos, funny stuff, just cool pictures that users sent in.
Yeah, so my plan is I watch quite a bit. I will say it's research to try to make our product better, when really it's probably just procrastination. But I saw a podcast. I want to say it's like the Jenna Marbles podcast with her boyfriend. But anyway, they had a cool, I think they have a green screen, and they always have a different backdrop of, it looks like some location that they've traveled to or something. It's just like a scenic shot in the background. And I want to get a green screen for behind us, and I want you guys to send maybe a photo of your favorite hole at your local course.
Yeah.
Maybe a T sign of your local hole, local course.
A pretty picture with the basket and sunset.
Or maybe some of your cool dyed discs. I can't remember the name, but the QTO.
Quats Rock. I just call you like Ciroc in my head, like you're a liquor now.
I just know he's the Punisher dyer because he has really cool Punisher dyes. But yeah, if you guys want to send in cool photos, I want to basically make this a show for the people.
Mm-hmm.
And so I want to put that behind us, and I think that'd be really cool. And then we can also throw our logo on it too.
So we're with you. Throw plastic. We're on it. We're going to do that. Thank you for the suggestion. We agree. One last question. Throw Plastic asked, what is the best disc golf shoe? I'm switching because I'm biased now.
Oh, Keen?
Because I'm wearing them.
Are you in Keens or
Keens? Yeah. So Keens in the Farragut Open this year, which is an A tier in Athol, Idaho. It'll be happening this year. Look for it on the PDGA. A well-run tournament. It's getting bigger and bigger every year, and it's hopefully going to be a disc golf pro tour stop eventually. Were talks last year.
Farragut, aren't they trying to get enough courses so they can host Worlds?
Yeah, and they want to host Worlds too. Like it's already a complex out there in Athol, Idaho that has. So they have AWOL, which is a par 60. They have Recreator, which is a par 56. They have North Star, which is a par 54. Then they have Little Bear, which is an 18-hole pitch and putt course, which is really fun.
That I never got to play when we were
And
out
then
there.
they have 9 holes of Cutthroat. Cutthroat is a par 33
9 holes.
of 9 holes. It is a bomber. There's like 2 par 3s, and the rest are 4s and 5s. And it literally takes as long as a normal round to play the 9 holes.
And when we played it, it was like just a field basically. Like the fairways haven't been like mowed or anything.
They were mowed, but like not. It's like it's not even like
Not
groomed,
cart
and they're
friendly.
working on it.
Yeah. And one of the
Or
holes is
live
1,200 feet. And I felt like Simon because I did 3 destroyer as far as I can throw drives. And I should have had a birdie look, but
Oh, our live feed ended.
too long.
I guess. Is that possible?
Maybe my phone died.
Maybe.
Um,
I'm gonna go live.
you'll see it
right
on our
now.
YouTube video though.
Yeah.
So,
So
yeah.
Farragut. Anyways, what I was saying about Farragut is, what was I saying about Farragut?
So they're gonna be a world tour stop possibly.
We were talking about one thing right before that. Gosh.
ADD.
ADD. What does that spell? Hey, look, a squirrel. Ah! Okay, I got us live here now, guys. Sorry if you lost us. That was weird. It just like, I don't know if
Utility right now?
Tanner's phone died or not.
Are you on utility or yours?
Yeah, we're on utility. Hey.
What were we
promise.
talking about? You're talking about
Oh,
Farragut.
disc golf shoe. Disc golf shoe.
Disc golf shoe.
I'm so sorry.
Finally,
That
God.
the whole live made us not be focused anymore. So the disc golf shoe. It's a true AM event. I tied for first. Boop, got beat in a playoff. So
By who? Mark?
by Mark Elmore. Shouts out. He's like, oh, I said his last name. It's okay. He's a cool dude. And the prize I won was 1 free shoe voucher from Keen. And I hadn't had a Keen shoe before. I wasn't sure which ones to get. I was rocking Adidas Terex, which are great shoes, by the way. Public Bet just left. That's another thing we could talk about, but for another day.
A lot of people are still repping Adidas. I thought
Kona?
Kona still does it, and there's a couple other people that have Adidas still. So I thought it was just like they dropped out of all disc golf, but
Paul.
it seems like they just dropped Paul, or Paul didn't want
I'll
to sign.
I'll drop them.
Yeah.
I'm going to say that right now. So Keen shoes, the
Don't-
Saltzman 3s, I looked them up and I was reading reviews, and one of the reviewers was none other than Avery Jenkins. So these are Avery Jenkins disc golf shoes. So I figured, I just typed in like Keen disc golf shoe, and these were the ones that came up. And they're $130. They're a little pricey, but I was lucky enough to have a free voucher.
That's what the Adidas are too. They're like $140.
Exactly. So these are a little bulkier than the Adidas. If you feel that the Adidas may be too narrow or too thin for you, they're slightly bulkier. They're really waterproof. My foot feels protected. They come right below the ankle bone.
You have to tie your shoes though.
No, I don't have to tie. I just tie them once and they stay there.
Oh, because I have a nice little zip pull on my
The zip
Adidas.
pull's cool. But so I am now saying my favorite disc golf shoe is the Keen Saltzman's. Boom, you hit it here first. And Tanner's is?
The Adidas GTX Swift, I think is what it is.
Yep.
I just
think
like that I
it'll
don't have to
change.
tie my shoes. They're waterproof. There's a non-waterproof one that, hey Sarah and Jamie. There's a non-waterproof one that's a little bit cheaper that could be used for the summer that might be more breathable.
Mm-hmm. That's what they say. Usually you want to get like non-Gore-Tex ones.
I think the disc golf shoe should change depending on the terrain.
Totally.
In the Pacific Northwest, here are 3 courses. They're kind of hilly, kind of rocky, I would say.
They're like slightly hiking.
Yeah, so I think the Adidas works really well. But if you're playing a lot of ball golf courses, I've seen like Ricky Wysocki wears, it looks like basketball shoes, like
it's
some
like
Nike
Nikes.
basketball shoes.
Yep.
Or just like some jogging shoes. Something that has a little bit of traction but it's comfortable. I think that at the end of the day, you just need something that you're going to have good grip so you're not slipping when you're throwing because you're pivoting pretty hard on that heel. And then something where you can get good grip on like a side hill. Because I know
Totally.
when we're playing, when we throw in the rough a lot, it's
Yeah.
kind of hard. You got to make sure you have good grip when you're putting, you're jump putting. You don't want to have any
Totally.
falling putts.
I
Something like
agree.
that.
And that's one thing I liked. What you were talking about was like the protection like side. Like I love how the Keens feel protective, and like I feel like I can go in any terrain, whether it's like I need to step in a puddle, climb up a rock. It has great grip, durability. It's good. I'm not on a ball golf course. I'm out in the woods. Like I need something that's like slightly like a hiking shoe as well.
Yeah.
So we like that. I like that. But they're both great shoes. I still have my Adidas, and I'm probably going to wear them like when it's dry out and stuff because it's a little lighter shoe. They are the Gore-Tex ones, but they kind of got holes in the top, so it's not as waterproof right now. But they lasted me all season, and I played a lot of disc golf last season.
Yeah. I'm using mine for work right now too. And my feet don't hurt. They're super comfortable. I'm glad I spent the money. I actually got a deal. It was like Christmas or something. I got them on Black Friday. So I got them for like $80. So if you can find a deal or if you get those like 40% off coupons from a tournament, definitely recommend some of those.
Totally, guys. Sweet. Hey, thanks for asking those questions. Oh, we got one more. Sarah said, "What do you love most about your fiance?" Hey,
I think she's. I'm just
I
kidding.
love that she lets us set up a podcast in our apartment.
And we can put the cat away because you can hear the cat going meow, meow. Like she wants to get out here
Totally.
to mess up our whole situation.
The utility KD. Sweet, guys. Well, we'll wrap up here. Thanks for listening to us ramble about disc golf and ourselves. Hopefully, you got a little more insight about us.
Are we going to talk about the 5th rule or 5th round?
No, because it's almost 6.
Okay.
It's 1 hour.
Tune in next week where we talk about the 5th round of Worlds.
Yeah, the 5th round of Worlds. Go check it out on PDGA if you haven't seen that, and get an opinion on the topic, and then bring it to the live feed next time. Let's argue about it.
Yeah.
No, I'm not going to argue.
This podcast should be up on YouTube and SoundCloud a little bit faster. The last couple ones were so glitchy that I had to go in and add the videos from Nick's clips so it actually made sense when we watch it on YouTube. So the YouTube videos, the 3 and 4 are kind of glitchy, but if you go to the middle or if you want to watch Nick's clips, they should have videos playing somewhat close to our commentary.
Yep.
And with this one, we're going to try to take out segments of the podcast and just like on our Facebook page, I think, we're just going to do Nick's clips. So if you want to just find out what cool videos we're talking about or what have you, check out our Facebook page at facebook.com/utilitydiscgolf.
Totally. Thanks, Tanner. Tanner's good at piecing all these editing videos together. He's really good at that stuff.
Takes a long time.
Takes a
Anybody
lot.
want to get into disc golf editing or media, learn how to use Adobe Premiere and After Effects for the shot trackers and be prepared to spend probably twice the amount of time
And money.
on editing as you do filming.
Totally. So we hope you guys liked that podcast. It was fun. I love talking just on this mic. It feels fun. We hope this one's smoother. We appreciate you guys
Let us
always
know-
supporting us.
Yeah, let us know if you guys liked how we went on Facebook or Instagram Live during the podcast, because our video stream should be a lot better for you guys watching on that camera there.
Yes.
We're trying to get this situation set up so we're still interacting with you guys because we love that, but also putting out good
Josh.
quality for later on YouTube.
Totally. Sweet, guys. So we'll wrap it up now. So I guess until next time, I'm going to have to tell y'all, and Tanner's going to have to tell y'all to
Stay fly. $26.
$26. $26. $26.
$26 make you holler. What was the rest? All right. Peace out, guys. Stay fly.